How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another FormKeep video. And in today's video, we'll be covering the design tool within FormKeep. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So here we are at the homepage of the FormKeep tool. We're in our designer form video form, and we're going to go up here to this toolbar and click designer. So that's how we get to the tool. And we have a couple different options here. The first one is to publish the form. That just makes it public so that people can see it. If you check that, people can see it. Like anyone who has the link can see it. The next thing is the theme. So right now it's set to Cyborg. I'll show you like a different one. Like this is Cosmo. So I'll save that and then refresh our form here on the right. And then that is what it looks like. I didn't really explain this window on the right here. So this is the form itself. And on the left here, this is just, we're editing it. So now you can kind of see what it looks like live. And then here we have the submit button. Basically, we can change that to anything we want to. So I'll change it to enter just to show you what it looks like. The submit button's right there, but if I change that and save it and then refresh this page, it'll say enter now, which is pretty cool. And if we go down here, we have save settings and design, view form, view as guest, and help. So you've seen me doing this before. This just saves whatever the changes you've made, which is good. View form is interesting. So if I click that, it does look a little bit different here on the left than it does on the right, and that's because we have this theme changer on the top here, and that's the only difference, is that if you view it like this, you're able to change the theme within this window, versus if you view it as guest, you have the exact same window that we have there on the right, and you can't change the theme in that part. That's the only difference there. Help will bring up a certain document that'll kind of explain the things I'm explaining in this video. So if you're watching the video, it's probably not really that necessary, but that is always there. Now we'll get into the nitty gritty with the actual designer tool itself. So here we have designer form test. This is the title of our form. If we delete this, you can see that now at the top here of our form, it says designer forms has been updated. So that's the title. And then on the right here, you have all the different options of things you can drag into your form. This box right here represents the form itself. And then these are different options. So like if I wanted to drag in the address, an address field. So I can put that, drag and drop it wherever I want. I'll just put it at the bottom here to show you. And if I save, it'll show up on the right there. Street address and everything like that, all that good stuff. We have these three different lines here on the right-hand side if I hover over a field, and that just allows me to move it again if I want to. And then I also have these two options on the left here. This one is to delete the field. This one is to go into the settings of the field. So we'll start going to that in a second here. So for now, we'll just delete this one. And we'll save our form so this is less confusing looking on the right there for you guys. So here we go. Let's just get into the paragraph text. So that's the first one we'll cover. It just allows, it's a field where your users can type in a paragraph, but you have some settings with it. Now this is how you change the title of it. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But if you go into the settings, pull these up, you have the option to make it a required field if you want to, so you can turn that on and off. We'll talk about this in a second here, the arrange field horizontally. You can change the default value. I'll talk about that in a different spot too under the text here, so we'll skip that for now. Placeholder, we just have type here, and so, so it says type here right now. There it is right there, and what's important about this, it's a distinguish between like default value and placeholder, is that placeholder isn't actually any data there. So if I type, I can't like, there's not actually text there. And so if you were to submit, this would just be empty. But a default value is something that's already in the box, like it's actually information. So on the text part here, we see hello. And so that's, if I was to press enter, it would actually submit this data as a hello. I can edit it if I want to. So that's that. We'll get more into that when we get into text though. And then we have some instructions, write paragraph text here. So that's basically just like, it's pretty much used the same thing as this part here with the placeholder, the type here. Just a way to tell your user, what they should be doing. So you have a little bit of information down there if you want to enable that. And then maximum length, we can change that if we want to a certain amount of characters or delete the field. So now we can go to the text box, this text field. And like I said, we covered this earlier, but you can make it a required field. The default value is hello right now. So if I refresh this, I deleted it earlier, but if I refresh it, it'll show up as hello. So there'll already be this value in there. So you can choose to use that if you want to. And then you can change the field type if you want as well. You have a bunch of different options there. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think. And then so we'll get out of this and then go on to the checkboxes. So here's our first checkbox. We'll open up the settings here. And so we can require the first option to be checked. Like, we'll cover these two in a second here, but the require the first option to be checked is pretty self-explanatory. Instructions, it's the same thing as the paragraph where we have instructions below here. So here it just says select one. And then import options. This is where it's like a little more explanation. So right now, there's a couple of presets here, like satisfaction, for example, and that's the one that's being used right now. And then you have importance, which is down there. So like if I was to press 0 through 10, it would add 10 new things here, and I can add to import list. It'll add all of them. So it's pretty cool. It's really a really quick way to do that. I kind of don't want, all right, I'm not gonna delete all those, but you can also add new fields, like custom fields if you want to, like here, and then press enter. So red, blue, or whatever it may be, you can add them there, but you can also go in to settings and type in red here and add it, and see now we have it added there, and we can delete those fields, and we can move it around, so you have that option as well. So those are these options there, and then down here, let me get into this. So like I said, this is the importance preset, and then we have no instructions on this one, and the field is arranged horizontally. So what this will do is it'll put it next to the field that was previous to it. So the one previous to this one is checkbox 1. As you can see, checkbox 1 is there on the left, and now since I have this checked, it'll go on the right side of checkbox 1 rather than just going below. If I was to deselect that and save, it'll actually put this down here, which is pretty cool. So you can do that, and then you can also make it look different by arranging or displaying the options horizontally, which will do a similar thing. It's just easier if I just actually show you what that does there. So if I refresh here, now you have them horizontally arranged, which is pretty cool. So you have that option as well. And that's about it. I mean, those are the main kind of ones that are pretty complex. The other ones, like I said, they're pretty like self-explanatory and easy to use, like address, for example. But that's like kind of, as far as settings goes, that's the core settings that are applicable that you need to know for all of these different things. And then other than that, this video is kind of like an introduction to the designer tool, and it gives you kind of an idea of how it works. And just based on this video, the information in this video, you should be able to figure out all the other buttons and the other options here, but they all are pretty easy to use and intuitive. So I do hope that this video did help out, and I think I covered everything that needs to be covered. But if you guys are looking for more information, you can visit the frequently asked questions page of the FormKeep website. You can also go to the support messenger, which is in the bottom right hand corner of every page of the FormKeep tool, or just email our support team directly via the address on screen now. Like I said, I hope this video helped, and have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.